That's from like the 70s.
What's the weirdest place? In the ass. And the next one went, in the ear.
I have a question, and it's a very personal question, and like legit, if you go, do you know what, I'd rather talk about that another time, I'd rather not talk about it.
This sounds a bit serious. Shall I strap in?
You can strap in if you like. A couple of episodes ago, 3-4 episodes ago.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, you talked about how you were using that app, BetterHelp, and you were thinking about maybe talking to someone, just trying to figure a few things out therapy-wise.
Yeah.
Have you made any moves on that? Have you done that? Without having to go into too much detail?
That's fine.
How's it going?
I didn't. I called somebody who someone recommended. And just to clarify, it's not because I'm depressed or I've got any issues. It's because just to understand why my brain works the way it works and why I talk to myself a lot. And I'm always trying to... I'm never satisfied. I'm always chasing, and I really just want to be able to just be at peace.
Be in the moment and
and I want to understand. Yeah,
it doesn't have to be about being.
I know, but I have to explain that in case someone hears that and goes, "Oh no, he's got issues."
But that's an interesting point because we think about therapy in this country as a very like, well, I'm not going to do that because it's not got this bad, or it's not. It's like it doesn't. It's okay. It's okay to go and figure stuff out. Coming back to you saying about getting older, and mortality, and wanting to challenge yourself or whatever, and it's a bit like. I took the piss when you went, there's so much I don't know, and I was like, you do surprise me, but actually it's a sign of somebody's personal growth as a person, that the more they learn, the more they realize they don't know.
Yeah, totally.
And this is a perfect example of you going, do you know what? I've got this really weird way of thinking about things, and it keeps me on edge a lot. What you're talking about there is some sort of anxiety, like almost a low-level anxiety.
Yeah, it is, so, I'm trying to make everyone happy all the time, and also judging everybody on your own morals. Like I expect everyone to be like I am, and they're not. But I have to work that out. Yeah. So I think speaking to somebody would help. And I did reach out, and the person got back to me and said, "I don't do this anymore. So I'm looking for somebody else." Right. So I probably will go down the route of BetterHelp. But one thing I don't want to do is do it over Zoom, because Zoom and technology gets on my tits. I'd rather be in the room. It's the same as things what we said about castings.
Yeah,
if there's something that's faceless about, I'd rather be in the room with somebody in an environment that I'm comfortable with. I don't want to be sat in my kitchen on a Zoom or sat in my bedroom on a Zoom. I'd like to go somewhere. It's like people who have an office at home. Yeah. It's very hard, unless your office is in the garden where you're actually going in. Yeah. Working for, I'd prefer to go somewhere. I am still looking for someone.
I wouldn't discount like my experiences of therapy when I haven't done it. It's like it's almost all been over Zoom, and it's worked surprisingly well.
Maybe.
I mean, Christ, we recorded a few episodes in our early days quite a lot during lockdown.
That was good therapy for us.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Like, got
me someone to talk to and get us through lockdown.
Yeah.
So it probably works better than you think. But listen, if it's your first sort of rodeo with it, then you got to do what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, as I say, it's an ongoing thing. Work gets in the way, doesn't it? And then you go and do your work and you think, oh, I should do that. Yeah. And I will, but I'm happy. It's just, I have these strange things that I do, and it's okay.
Name some.
Well, just me. I mean, I question everything. I think about everything, and I have this overwhelming urge to please people. I'm a people pleaser, even if I don't know them. I'm always worried that what if they took what I just said there wrong? Shall I go back and just explain myself and be straight? Yeah, here's a perfect example, right? Fucking bloke on the plane the other night. I land in to Heathrow, and I have problems with my sinuses and stuff. So I have a boiled sweet in my mouth, and I'm waiting to get off the plane. I'm stood up. And then I'm walking behind him, and he's walking off with his mate. And he said, that was him from Two Pints. You see him? He was off his fucking head, him. He's off his head on drugs.
Going like this?
Because he had a sweet in my mouth. Thought I was off my head on drugs. Now, I'm thinking, do I walk up and catch up and say, excuse me, I'm going on to my family. I've not even had a beer. Yeah. But I don't know him. Yeah. But it took me 2 days to stop thinking about it.
I have to say,
because I was thinking,
I would
he thinks I'm on. So he's going to tell somebody that.
I would agonise over that.
And they're going to believe that.
I'd be livid about it, yeah.
But that doesn't make. Do
really
they think
matter.
everybody who's on the TV? That's what they do.
It doesn't really matter, but that would make me.
My wife said, "Why do you care?" Because I told her, I went, "He's fucking black." I heard him say to me, mate. He said, "Well, you don't know him. Does it matter?" I said, "But he could tell people that, and they could believe that." And she said, "But you can't change it now." And that's the problem. I always I worry about things I can't change.
The only thing that you should worry about is the things that are within your control. Easier said than done, especially for us in our game. Like you can't control whether a casting director is going to think of you. You can't control whether you're going to get a part. Like it's so difficult. It's always been 27 years I've been doing this now. You've been doing it even longer, and it never leaves you that thing of going, there's so much of this that's out of my control, and just having to accept that rather than just going, well, what can I do? What can I do?
Yeah.
It's a surprisingly
being happy in the moment is such a hard thing to find for me. But as I say, I am very happy. But who says you can't be happier in your own space? Calmer, yeah.
Yeah, chill.
It's a stress head, you know what I mean?
We should probably talk about, I don't know, shitting ourselves or something, because that was very serious, and we've not talked about shitting.
Do you know
our
it's
pants
funny you
recently.
should mention that?
Oh, really?
No, not that I've shit myself.
All right, go on.
No, I was thinking just the other day, because do you know when you, especially men in general, you know, there's a girl I'm working with, and she gets off the plane and she's got these bags of stuff, and I was like, what are you carrying? What stuff? She said, oh, it's got all my stuff in it and stuff, whatever else. And I just think, you know, I very rarely carry anything, but now as I've got older, I've got this little pack on my shoulder, right?
Wait.
And it's got in it acid control for my stomach, Imodium, painkillers, nasal congestion tablets,
Lip balm,
all sorts, moisturiser, and eye drops.
spray paint for the
Spray
top of the
paint
head.
for my napper. I'm thinking, so I'm worried about getting heartburn and shitting myself. So they go everywhere with me, just in case. I go, oh yeah, can't trust that one. Imodium. It's like my uncle used to always have Imodium.
Years ago, it used to have been Viagra. No need anymore.
It's gone. I just think, God, how life's changed. How older I've got, the more shit I carry of pills for everything, all sorts. And my wife says, you take pills for everything. And I do, and I shouldn't really.
Yeah.
It's like just in case. I have a bag of just in case over my shoulder. In case I shit
Like
myself
my
or I get a
gran
headache.
used to. My gran could go here without a giant bag, just in case.
Yeah, have you got any of that? Oh, hi. What do you need?
yeah,
I've
what
got
do you
two
need?
of them. So, yeah. So, no, I haven't shit myself, but I have ways of preventing that happening.
That's why.
And if you feel like you could, I'll have a tablet for that.
You talk recent, like particularly, I've noticed this series. You talk a lot more about getting older.
I'm panicking about
I
it.
feel like it's something that's on your mind a lot,
I am stressing about it.
which is yet another reason maybe to talk to someone.
No,
'cause
it is.
It ain't going to change.
It panics me. Because I think about it. I can't watch old videos of my kids when they're younger.
Really?
Gets me really emotional. And I just think you know me. I'm an emotional person.
You've gone, honestly. You've gone. So sorry, we'll come back to that. But honestly, I saw, mate, so I was in Guadeloupe when you did Strictly, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't get to see it. And somebody showed me a reel, like highlights of your most memorable bits from Strictly. And I thought they were all going to be you dancing. Didn't see you dance a step. It's just you crying like a melt over and over again. It's like, why is Will crying again? Every week it's like, what time in the show do you reckon Will's going to cry this week? I saw there was one bit where you look at the camera and you're like, it's all right, kids at home. It's all right. I'm all right.
It wasn't that bad.
Don't worry about me. I'm just a bit emotional. I was
wasn't
like,
that bad.
I was like, who's he talking to? All the kids at home aren't worried about you.
Talking to my daughter
All the
who was
kids
watching with her friends.
All the kids at home, millions of people watching this,
it's
are turning around to
embarrassing.
their parents going,
embarrassing.
Mummy, Daddy, why is that lad such an absolute melt?
I know, it's embarrassing. I know. One thing I didn't want to do was get emotional, and I couldn't stop.
You did it every week.
No, it wasn't every week.
It was every fucking week.
But tell you the truth, I struggle. My mum does as well. She can't watch any picture or see any picture of videos of us when we were younger. So whether it's something that we've got in the family, but me seeing my kids young and now they're a lot older just shows time. And I just think, I wish I could go back. And you can't. And you know, you beat yourself up about things that you might have. Oh, I should have been around then. Oh, I was away working. I should have been. But all them things, that's why I want to talk to them. Just so, how can I be at peace with myself to go, you're all right. You're a decent person. You've been a decent dad.
Do you also find that you're like, how many?
I sit on my balls. Is that what you're going to say? That's how you know you're getting older as well. Have you stood up and gone, why have I got numb balls? Have you done that? No.
I've never.
Oh, it's just me then.
Sat on my balls.
It's terrible. Go to the cinema.
Are they swinging so low now?
They're getting bigger now, yeah. It's
Longer.
the worst thing for me, 3 things that don't stop growing, ears, nose and balls. And mine are all massive. I'm going to look like the fucking BFG. Imagine the size of his knackers.
I have to say, now that you mention it, your ears are quite long.
Fucking massive. They're massive. That's what I'm saying. I'm just when I die, I'm just going to be a set of balls, ears, and nose. That's all I'm going to be, like Mr. Potato Head.
Stop sitting on your own balls.
No, I've had to alter the pants I buy. Do you know? I have to get the briefs now that pull it up. I can't wear baggy pants. I can't wear. When my missus, she like Christmas, she'll say, "Do you need box shorts? Make sure they've got the cupping." Because I'll sit on. I get up and I'm like, "What's that? Feels weird." Completely numb bollocks.
You go, "Oh wow," because you've crushed them.
I have to do the lift and sit. Sometimes.
The lift and sit, the patented lift and sit.
Lift and sit. Like when you're getting in a hot bath or a cold bath, the balls go over the head. Yeah. I don't know what you're laughing at, Linda. Producer's laughing at. She's pissing herself out there.
No,
it's not for your ears, this. Go back to sleep.
She's imagining. It's nice to see her. Yeah.
I see you're awake. But yeah. So you've not gone there yet with the balls?
No, she's just picturing your balls.
I actually looked
like
up
two snooker balls in a sock.
Do you know what? I actually looked up about surgery for men, whether you could have, like a bollockoptomy, where you could have them taken in a bit. Do you know, like women do? I've googled it. Don't listen. Just take a bit of skin out. And do you know what? A bit. Just the. You could put it on the elbow or something. I don't know, because that's a similar sort of texture, isn't it? The elbow skin.
Ball skin.
The ball skin's on you. If you want, any people listening, if you wonder what balls are like, you don't see any, look at your elbow. That's it. That's the texture. But yeah, I've looked it up, and don't Google bollockoptomy because the amount of shit that I got through. I just saw loads of balls. Loads of balls.
Most searched term on Google today, bollockoptomy.
It's not even a word.
No, it's never been
I just made it up. But there's men out there laughing and listening to this, probably driving, who are getting numb balls as we speak.
Yeah. Some of them are using them as a seatbelt.
I get off the M6 after a long drive, and I get out and I cannot feel my knackers. It takes a while. It's a strange, it's a sad time. And that's, yes, I'm definitely getting older. Never used to worry about that.
With the getting older, do you find? I mean, listen, you're with Michelle. It doesn't matter.
Listen, no one's going to want me now. Well, fucking Buster Gonad.
Any women listening to this will be like,
go right off him.
Oh, I'd really like to cup a pair of balls that are as long as a knee sock.
Yeah, man. You'll need hands like Pat Jennings.
So, do you find yourself thinking about getting older? You're with Michelle, so it doesn't matter. But it's like an ego thing, and it's a vanity thing. You want to feel like desirable, right?
Yeah, and I've just ruined that.
Well, yeah, exactly. But we've always taken the piss out of each other for being vain in different ways and whatever. Have you started to ask yourself the question? Have you gone, I wonder how many more fuckable years I've got in me?
What? Why would I say that? Why would I think that?
Because in terms of like being attractive to like.
Listen, I'm not worried about our look. I mean, I am a bit.
What are you talking about? Billy bullshit.
No, but I'm saying I still think I'm all right. There's someone out there.
Let me take a photo of you because your mirrors aren't working in your house.
You piss right off. I'm gonna walk out of here feeling terrible. Coming here for a bit of a boost.
Well, at least your knackers will be.
My daughter says I've got a belly.
You've got a belly.
But no, it's one of them. Age is just something that happens to us, and
show me that.
I'm not getting the bollocks out.
Show me your bollock, just like that. They are longer than I expected. Show me that photo you showed me earlier with the filter.
Oh yeah, My missus took a picture of me. Oh, I don't even know. It might be ages away. Missy took a picture of me with a filter on.
Aging up.
Yeah, so it shows you what you're going to look like when you're an old man. But it might take a while to find, Ralph.
Oh. So you don't think to yourself, I've only got a certain number of fuckable years in me.
No.
I'll tell you what I think about it with. I think I've mentioned this before. You know me, I love football, right? And I can still get about, actually, just about. My old legs will still get me about, and I'm still quick on the pitch, and I can still, I tire probably a little bit earlier than I used to, and I can't do 90 minutes, breakneck speed, but I can still get about. The few days after, I'm in bits. I'm in absolute bits. But I don't want to stop because I just absolutely know that my days are numbered. I might get another 3 years at being able to do that.
But you have to keep momentum going.
Exactly. You use it or lose it. But even if I get another 3 years of being able to play still at the sort of pace that I can, it's going to drop. It's got to drop. And I think that for me is the thing where I'm just like, I really feel like my days are numbered.
But
I mean, I'm not young anyway, but those days.
But I think that's what I'm saying to myself is the other day I'm in the hotel room and I just thought I've got to do something. So I put my joggers on and I just did a bit of a workout in the room because mentally you've got to remind yourself if you don't keep moving, you will stiffen up the older you get. You got to keep the joints oiled. You got to keep moving. Yeah. You got to keep working because your muscles will get weaker. Your knees get. And listen, anyone young listening, this is boring for you. But the older we get, the more you've got to keep doing because your body can't wait to just go. That's enough.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh really? We're resting. Okay, all the fluids going out of my joints because you don't need to use them
it's
anymore.
Like Ricky Gervais.
All my muscles just wasting away.
It's like Ricky Gervais said. People say, "Oh, you shouldn't drink because it'll take 5 years off your life." And he said, "I don't give a shit. I'd rather die younger than be 90, lift up a kettle, and my bowel falls out of my ass."
or the balls.
You know what I mean? It's
when did you work out? We talked about me helicoptering earlier. Don't helicopter those or you'll put a dent in the seat.
No, mate, no. I found this picture.
Let's have a look. This is you with an age filter, right?
Anyone watching? There you go.
Wow. Put the filter on.
You're a dick. That's honest to God. You're supposed to be my mate here.
No, I know, but how many years is that? Is that like an extra?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like an extra 2 years?
But the one thing I'm saying about all of this is we never know. And listen, I'm going to say something now which I wanted to say, but it's just come to my mind, and it's a tribute to my friend Dale Morn. He passed away a few weeks back, and he was only a year older than me. We sort of spent a lot of time when we were younger together, fishing and stuff. And he got a brain tumour, and he passed away. So this is just a message to him and his family. But at the same time, it did kick me up the bollocks and go, he's a year older than you. We're not getting any younger, so never too late to grab life. Go and grab it. And that's what's on my mind a lot. So yes, it is aging, but I think you can be proactive with that mindset. Not, oh no, I'm getting older. No, I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Go and do shit.
Yeah, it's sort of...
You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring.
There's that nice balance, right, between you don't want to become obsessive, but you still want to fight it. You don't want to just give in.
No, don't give in.
No.
Don't give in.
You've seen people of previous generations when they're like 35. They look like that.
Do you watch Bullseye? I watch Bullseye. I love Bullseye. You watch Bullseye on like one of the old channels, right? It's on now. Everyone in the audience is 35. They look 97.
Oh, it's awful.
They've all got blue rinses and big glasses on. It's like, what happened to the aging process back in the day? 40 back in the day was like, you're finished. Yeah. And I'm 48 in 2 weeks.
48, mate.
Oh, tell me about it.
Crashing headlong towards 50.
Hey, talking about crashing, I want to talk to you about cars.
Well, you're right. But the first thing we should say is...
What?
To round that off, grab life by the balls. Which in your case means bending down.
Yeah.
So go on, talking about crashing.
No, it's not crashing. It's just you reminded me about cars. There's a lot of thing in the press about you, Les, and about people now having to pay to go to work, and they can't afford the cost of living now has gone up, and the modern wage structure and all this, and now they're going to charge people to go to work, right? All this stuff, and I just was thinking, it's in general, I think drivers and motorists are punished so much that they're trying to catch you out to make money, but they always tell you it's good for the environment, so we've got to doing this. But I understand, if they're going past a school and it says 10 mile an hour, do the speed limit, right? 10 mile an hour. To go around London now, everything's 20 miles an hour. 20! Cars now are getting faster all the time. Why? And the braking on cars now, from when the braking distances were done that long ago, are probably, 50%, 80% better, more. So how come this more? Better than what they were. It took you longer to stop than it does now with the cars we've got. Okay. Right. What I'm saying is, I was on the motorway the other day, and I'm driving, and now they've got these electronic speed limits. So if it's national speed limit, it's 70, right? But they can change them at any point. Mm-hmm. I'm driving along, I'm doing 68, 70, maybe 72.
72 tops.
72 tops. You can actually get away with 74. I found this off a policeman.
Really?
They do you at 10%, so 77. But don't risk it.
No.
Don't trust me, whatever you do. Yeah. So, and then it dropped to 60, right?
Right.
So I noticed it drop, and I went through, and it went flash, and it got me. So I got a speed camera, went off, and I was doing 67 on a motorway.
Wait, so that's harsh. So it was 70, and as you're going past the sign, it changes to 60
changed,
and then flashed.
It changed, and I thought, it's turned 70. I looked at my speedo, and I slowed down from 70, and as I was slowing down, I'd gone through a speed camera, and it went.
So the speed camera was. Right,
I should have.
The speed camera was right next to the
It was
sign that changed
yeah,
from 70
yeah.
to 60.
And what it says to me is, I thought bastards, but then I thought maybe there's been an accident. I should have slowed down. No accident. I got to the next bit. National speed limit again,
70.
just for that section. And I just think, how often do they do that?
How
Often do they? And they did it to my cab driver the other night. Did the same to him. It changed down, went back to national speed limit, and he got a ticket. Well, he got flashed.
How far after the sign that changed from 70 to
2 or 3 miles. That's all.
Yeah. You had 2 or 3 miles to,
no, I didn't.
to drop 10
it wasn't
miles
that
an hour
far.
to 60.
It wasn't that far. What I'm saying is...
Was it within 10 yards?
No.
Right.
It
So
was
you
a,
had
it
time
was a
to
few
drop
hundred...
to 60.
No, what I'm saying is, you have time to go, really? And also, this is another example. Taking my daughter to school, right? Taking my daughter to school, and this is not near her school, this is a while back. On the way up, you go up this little hill, and when you get to the top of the hill, right, before the hill, as you're coming down it, it's 40. And you get to the top of the hill, and it goes to 30, right? And as you cross that, as you're going up, you're going downhill, you come out of it, right on that corner there was a policeman with a camera with a speed gun.
Yeah.
So as you go out of it, knowing you're slowing down, catching you out. Now, don't tell me that's for any other reason than to make money, because you're coming out of one zone into another, and it's waiting for you to go up a hill and round a corner. So they're catching you out.
Have you ever done a speed awareness course?
Well, because of this ticket, I've been asked to do one.
Right. And?
I'm not going.
Why?
Bollocks. I'm not listening to someone go, I think you'll see here, if you're doing a 30, you are in the speed limit. If you're doing 37 in a 30, you are now over the speed limit. Therefore, you'll get a ticket.
They don't have to talk
He can fuck off. I'm not going listening to him. No, bollocks. I've been driving long enough. I know.
Well,
I think they're there to catch us out.
I did one 12, 13 years ago, and I went and did it and didn't get the 3 points. It was a way of avoiding the 3 points.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I turned up with a bit of an attitude.
Did you think was it like that?
I thought, I was like, oh Christ, I got to do this and, take part and get it signed.
Can't do it.
It was 4 hours. It was 2 hours, then lunch, then 2 hours.
Oh my God. Didn't do that much time at school.
I've got to say, the first 2 hours, certainly. The second 2 hours was, I'll tell you about it in a minute. But I actually learned a lot. I genuinely was dead surprised. I learned a lot. I learned a lot of things that I'd forgotten, that I never really realized. Just weird things like, what's the definition of a dual carriageway? What makes a dual carriageway a dual carriageway?
Yeah, but why do I need to know that?
So that when you... Okay, what's the speed limit on a dual carriageway unless you know otherwise?
70. It's national speed limit.
All right, fair enough.
But they fucking know it's obvious.
Plenty of people don't know that.
Well, I fucking
Loads
do.
of people
That's why I'm
think
not
it's 40.
going. I just think I'm not a daft driver. I just think now it's all about money. It's not about saving lives. Sometimes it is. That's what I'm saying.
What about on a country road?
What about
Unless
it?
You know otherwise, like a backcountry road, what's the speed limit?
Well, I read the speed sign. Where I live, it goes national speed
What if
limit
there isn't
into
one?
40. What?
What if there isn't one?
Then you do. I don't know.
60.
What is it?
Yeah.
On a country lane? Yeah. Well, that's dangerous in itself. See how many bends there are, and there's sheep and all sorts could run out. Deer.
I mean, I hope I've remembered that right before I get a load of letters.
I'm just saying, it's just, my point is, I just think there's a lot of people out there will know what I'm saying.
The reason I asked about a speed awareness course is this. If I've remembered this rightly, please don't bother sort of going, oh, you're an idiot. I seem to remember, if I've remembered this rightly, that one of the things that they told us was when you see a speed camera, maybe I've got, Christ, if I've got this wrong, I'm sorry, but this is what I seem to remember from like 13, 14 years ago. If you see a speed camera or in any given place, possibly other than on a motorway, it's because there has been a fatal accident.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
And so when you look at it like that and you go...
No, I don't mind that. That's not my point.
Like, go on.
My point is the motorways and stuff like that. If there's someone in the road off, it starts making you think, you challenge it. You know, like when they'll say, oh, there's a reason for this. So you slow down and then 200 yards later, oh, you can go fast again.
There is something a bit annoying about the smart motorway.
I just think they're in
when
control
you
of it.
And everyone's like, we're fine. It's like, oh, I guess we'd better slow down to 50. And then you drive for 50 in a bit and you speed up and you're going to go,
there was nothing
I'm really not
there.
sure why we had to do that.
There's nothing. And also, at night, I've been done before on the M4, at night, where work in progress, 2 o'clock in the morning. There's not a person there.
Yeah.
I got done for doing 60 on the motorway because it was a 50. Why is it 50? There's nobody on the motorway. Nobody's working.
Should have just done 90 and gone, fuck it.
I should have took all the cones up. That's what you get. I'll cost you all this money in cones.
Have that.
I'll take all this money out on your
Take it out of
cones.
you. Right, I want to show you this on a different subject. Just because I saw this and I was like, I have to save this and show it to Will.
What is it?
Well, this is another, it's a post, but I've heard of this. I've heard this story told to me many, many times of this famous game show where this happened. And I've honestly...
Is it the endurance one?
No.
Oh, I love that one.
I've almost honestly never believed it because it sounds like one of those stories that's just made up. And I've always been told, there was once this game show and this woman said this and blah, 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 and I've never believed it. And then this thing came into my Instagram and I was like, I've heard about this thing for 20 years.
Wow.
I can't believe it. Right?
Play it.
You ready?
Where specifically is the weirdest place that you personally, girls, have ever gotten the urge to make whoopee? The weirdest place, Olga?
What?
As in have sex.
Yes, Olga?
In the ass?
Oh my God. Is it in the ass or the house?
No.
In the ass.
The weirdest location.
That's from like the 70s.
What's the weirdest place? In the ass. And the next one went, in the ear.
I know.
Oh my God.
That's from like the 70s or 80s or something.
They were kinky in the 70s.
Well, I know. What about that?
And hairy.
Anyway,
They were in the 70s. Do you remember the porn mags you used to get in the 70s?
I wasn't born in the 70s, Will.
Oh, neither was I. Well, I was 76.
Yeah, 4 years before I was born.
Yeah,
in
but you know,
1980.
you got
What
the
are you looking at
hand-me-downs.
porn mags at 4 years
I
old? for?
wasn't. I mean, the old school porn mags. Jesus, I'm not looking at porn at 4. Was it some sort of sicko?
Yeah, you were just pulling pencils out your forceps, shoving them in
We
your
know I
auntie's
did
nose.
things with pencils. If you saw the tour, you'll know. And talking about the tour,
Yes.
we're back on tour starting from the 4th of April in Leeds. Now, that is sold out and Manchester's sold out,
Yep.
but we are still selling tickets in other venues. So,
I'm going to tell you some dates. This
yeah, so go to www.twopintspodcast.com. Have a look. If you're not getting tickets, get them and come and have a bit of fun with us.
Leeds and Manchester sold out 4th and 5th of April. Newcastle 6th of April. Still tickets left, going fast. Scarborough 13th of April at the Grand Halls. Scunthorpe 14th of April. Birmingham 19th of April. Nottingham 26th of April. Wolverhampton 27th. And finishing off in Sheffield on the 28th of April. The first 2 shows are sold out. There are still tickets available, but they're going fast. Please come along and have a laugh
Just
with us.
come and enjoy your night out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You've earned it. You deserve it.
Yeah.
Some shit going on outside, but come in here and have a bit of fun with us.
Exactly.
All right, listen, thanks for listening. Yeah, take care, and sorry for mentioning my balls a lot.
It was a lot of talk about your balls.
Yeah,
I feel like you and me and your balls are more acquainted.
Do you know
than
what
they
I
should
worry
be.
about? Them people like me on the M6 or the M40 or wherever, eating a steak bake and it's put them off. That's what it makes me think. I'm sorry about that.
Or just a sausage croissant.
Or a baked
And it's
potato.
Yeah,
Hey,
in a sock.
In a sock, yeah. That's an image for you.
Yeah.
We'll leave
yeah.
it with you.
Lovely.
I'll see you on tour if you're coming.
Come along.
Take care.